You won't believe this, but guess what I found while rummaging through my stuff today? The freaking ticket to Dali's The Persistence of Memory exhibit. Crazy, huh? Brought back a whole flood of memories. We were just kids back then, adrenaline pumped, eyes wide with anticipation, hearts throbbing. Remember when I recklessly swung my big old bag around and knocked over that century-old vase? Man, they did say break a leg, didn't they? Perhaps Lucy was right. I do take everything quite literally. Hey, I meant to tell you, I've been working with Nina lately. You remember her? The art buyer who bought some of my paintings and has now graciously turned into my mentor. We've been collaborating on creating a portfolio for a gallery representation. It's really amazing to have someone with her experience guide me. You know, she has this eye, this knack for bringing out my creative vision just right. We've been thinking of going down the mixed media route, something different, something that has a bit more oomph, for lack of a better word. I think it's time I broadened my horizon, don't you reckon? Tried bouncing off the idea with Nina, and guess what? She's all for it. Says it brings a unique perspective. So now, we're knee-deep into the nitty-gritty of it. Amidst all the artistic eccentricity, I still want to keep my narrative, my truth intact, Wouldn't want my voice to get lost in all that chaos. Guess it's a challenge worth taking. Spoke to Nina about her quest to own a gallery too. Some bumps in the road, but she seems to be handling it fine. The digital surge has her a little shaken though. Me? I'm just trying to stay afloat in these turbulent waters. But we adapt, and we evolve. Just like art, isn't it? To be honest, sometimes I miss the predictability, the stability of my corporate job. But then where's the life in that, eh? As Nina says, preserving passion does come at a cost. But isn't that what makes life a little bit more colorful? Art, my friend, is indeed ever-changing and ever-resilient. Even if we're starving artists, at least we aren't poor in spirit, am I right? Oh, one more thing. Nina is going to this new Italian place tonight. Swears the food's as authentic as Grandma's kitchen in Sicily. So I've tasked her to get the secret pasta sauce recipe. Maybe next time you are in town we could try making it. Anyways, mate, I need to get back to work now. Gotta brush up on my mixed media art skills. This portfolio isn't going to create itself, is it? You know how they say, one idea can spark another? That's what happened today. I was just doodling away and boom, an idea hit me, and it hit me hard. Imagine a global venture where performing and visual arts merge, showcasing art in public places instead of enclosing it within gallery walls. I call it the artistic invisible theater. Dramatic enough, eh? It's all about breathing life into the classics, making art personal for everyone. Theater, music, painting, sculpture, all interwoven into the fabric of cities around the globe. Somewhat like an artistic revolution. Makes me feel like a maestro conducting an orchestra, only this time it's a symphony of art. I chatted with Nina about it. She was peppered with questions like a seasoned steak, had me explaining every little detail, but she's catching my fervor, and that counts. Nina's rhyme, remember Van Gogh and Poe's insanity quote, got me all cogitating. Maybe, just maybe, a dash of madness is all that art needs sometimes. It got me thinking, what if Jane came in as a co-founder? She's got the brains and the spark. I reckon she'd be great at it. Nina asked about her and Steve too. I suppose his cynicism might come in handy to keep our heads above the clouds. Steve, meanwhile, might help us get the launch pad set with much-needed funds. That part got Nina all thrilled. She's really banking on this to be a game-changer, and so am I. It's a leap, but one I'm willing to make. After all, leap and the net will appear, right? That's some Jack Kerouac wisdom there. It's the biggest pot I've thrown down on the spinning wheel so far, praying it doesn't collapse like a souffle. So onwards and upwards we go, buddy, towards globalizing art. I'm intrigued, excited, and frankly, a bit scared. But it's ambitious ideas like these that make our otherwise humdrum lives a work of art. Wouldn't you agree? Chapter There's nothing better than being on the brink of a new venture. It's like being at the start of a new book. You're never quite sure where the story's going to take you. Well, let's see where this adventure leads us. Had this really mind-bending conversation with Nina today about how food and music can be paired up. Crazy, right? I mean, a violin solo accompanying a delicate souffle and a deep cello piece with a thick, juicy steak. Almost makes you feel like you're in some gourmet musical. Our unusual chat took a turn when she mentioned someone matching wine and music. Now that got me thinking and sparked a big fat idea. What if my paintings had their own music? Each painting accompanied with its own unique soundtrack, kinda like a sensory amplification of the emotions and stories they try to tell. Can you imagine that? Marcus and I were jamming the other day, and it's got me thinking that this merging of sensory experiences might just be a game changer. Now imagine walking into an art exhibit where each painting comes with headphones. You plug in and are instantly transported into the world the painting creates with audio and visual combined. You're lost, deep in thought, deciphering layers of the painting, all the while immersed in the corresponding composition. Doesn't that sound otherworldly? And to go a step further, we could serve food and drinks that match the aesthetics and emotions of the paintings, taking it from an art exhibit to an all-round cultural experience. This whole conversation seems to be leading up to something bigger. We've conjured up the idea of the world's first multi-sensory art exhibition. Well, with these grand ideas buzzing in my mind, I better start making them a reality. The soundtrack to painting concept needs work. Maybe start jamming with Marcus this week itself. By the way, Nina's going to try out this authentic Italian place later. She promised to get a secret pasta sauce recipe. Might cook a feast next time you're in town. Anyway, these grand ideas aren't going to paint themselves, are they? I'm off diving headfirst into the wide canvas of combined art. Wish me luck, mate.